Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about the structural representation of organic compounds. As the atomic composition of a molecule is represented by a formula, what we call that is molecular formula. Molecular formula gives the number and the type of various atoms present in a molecule, but it does not shows the structure for that compound. So, in order to represent the structure of different organic compound, let us discuss what are the structural representation of organic compounds. An organic compound can be represented by a molecular formula, but the molecular formula will shows only the presence of a number of atoms and the various types of atoms present in it. It does not shows the arrangement of the atoms. But the structure formula explains the arrangement of different atoms, bonding. So let us discuss the structural representation of organic compound. That is we are representing here the molecular formula, structure formula, condensed formula, bond line formula and wedge formula. Let us take one example, that how we can make the structure formula, condensed formula and bond line formula for this molecule, that is ethane. You have learned about the hydrocarbons in which you have learned about alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Alkane, in which the general formula is CnH2n plus 2. So here N is, that is the number of carbon if it is 2. So what will be the number of hydrogen here? That is 2n plus 2. That is 2 into 2 plus 2. So what we get here? 6. So the formula for ethane, that is C2H6. You have learned this formula for ethane. This is the molecular formula for ethane, in which it shows that there are 2 carbon numbers and 6 hydrogen numbers of atom in it. But it does not shows the arrangement of how the carbon and hydrogen are arranged. So we need to write the structural formula for this, and alkanes, that is having all the single bond between the carbon atom. So we'll write the structural formula for this one. So how we write the structural formula? In this way, that is 2 carbon is here, C2, that means 2 carbon, and there will be a bond between the 2 carbon, and there are 6 hydrogen. Because the valency of carbon, as we have learned, it is tetravalent. That means the carbon, just write the 2 carbons because there are 2 carbons here, and each carbon should be tetravalent. That means if one bond is already here to this carbon, so one bond will be here, one bond here, one bond here. Similarly, when we talk about the second carbon, this carbon, here one bond, this bond is already there. So now one more bond here, here and here. Now when you check this here, the 2 carbon atom is having the 4 bonds surrounding to it. So now keep the hydrogen here on the each places, here one hydrogen here. So like this, when you keep one hydrogen, so we'll be getting the formula, that is C2H6. So that is what the structural formula. The structural formula is showing the carbon, the position and bonding with the hydrogen. It will be shown, that is called a structural formula. But the structural formula as shown as here, that is a time consuming, because it will take the time in order to make all the carbons, hydrogens and the bonds. So it will be time consuming and space consuming for writing this formula. So we can condense this formula. In the condensed formula, the arrangement of atoms are shown, but the bonds means the dashes which we are making here between the atoms, that may be omitted here, and the number of identical group can be make as indicated as a subscript. So let us take the same example here for the case of ethane, how we write it in the condensed manner. Condensed manner in which we can omit the bonding or the dashes we are using for the chemical bond. So how we write in the condensed way, that is it shows the carbons here. So this carbon having 3 hydrogen. So how we write one? This carbon having 3 hydrogen. Next, the next carbon C, and how many hydrogens are with this carbon? That is 3. So the condensed manner for writing the formula for ethane is in this way. So we'll write the condensed formula, that is CH3. So condensed manner, why we are writing in the condensed form? Because the structure formula is little bit time consuming and space consuming. So we can write the number of whatever atoms are there in that, we can write it, but the dashes or the lines we can omit. But when there is a double bond, we have to keep as double line or the double slash. If there is a triple bond, we have to keep the 3 lines or the 3 dashes. But for the single line, better we can omit the writing of bonds, or we can say the lines here. Next is the bond line formula or bond line structural representation. In this representation, the carbon and hydrogen atoms are not shown, and the line between the carbon-carbon bonds are shown in the zigzag manner. For example, if there are 6 number of carbon, okay, if there is a 6 number of carbon, how we represent the 6 carbons here? In the zigzag line, like here. So this tip 1 carbon, this tip is the second carbon, this is the third carbon, this is the fourth carbon, fifth carbon, and the sixth carbon. So we'll writing we are not mentioning the carbon here. Instead of that, we will only represent the lines. So here, how many number of tips or the corners are there that can represent the carbon here? So when we look at this case, in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Therefore, there are 6 tips or the corners we can say of the zigzag line. So that is representing for 6 carbon which is bonded by a single line. But if there is a double bond, in that place we have to keep, like here, if there is a bond, double bond here, at the time you have to keep double line. So that means for the bond line representation, we will not represent the carbon or hydrogen. Just we will represent the bonding by the lines. We'll represent it by line. That's why it is called as bond line structural representation. So for the case of ethane, because there are only 2 carbon, so how we represent the bond line formula for ethane? Just by keeping the lines. Now find it out how many tips or the corners are here. This is 1 tip and this one is 1 tip. That means this is representing 1 carbon and this one is representing a carbon. And the number of hydrogen bond is not shown. It is understood that here if there is a 1 carbon, so definitely there will be how many number of hydrogen? Because here this carbon is bounded by single bond. That means how much it is tetravalent? That means already 1 bond is there. That means 3 more bond will be here, and that 3 bond will be with 3 hydrogen. So that is representing as CH3, and here also CH3. So that means this is what the condensed formula. So here in the bond line formula, we'll just write the line like this, which shows that these 2 ends are carbon, and each carbon here having 3 hydrogen. So it is very simplest way of writing the formula, and it is not time consuming and even the space consuming. Now let us take some more example. Let us take one alkene. Alkenes you have already learned last year. The general formula for alkene is CnH2n. If n is equal to 2, that is number of carbon is equal to 2. So what will be the number of hydrogen? That is equal to 4. So that is what the formula for ethene. Eth represent for the 2 carbons. So 2 carbon alkene is ethene. Now how we write the structural formula for ethene, we will be keeping a double bond between the two carbon because alkenes are having carbon-carbon double bond. So here only two carbons are there, so there will be a double bond between the two carbon. So we'll be writing the double bond between the two carbon. And here because we know that carbon should have 4 valency should be satisfied. So when you look at this carbon, here already 2 bonds are there. Now how much hydrogen it will get connected to? It will connect to 2 more hydrogen, and in the same way the other one also. So if I'm writing once again here, like 2 carbon and double bond is there between the 2 carbon. When you look at this carbon, which I am highlighting here, this carbon, for this carbon, already 2 bonds are there. So total 4 bonds should be there to a carbon because it is tetravalent. So 2 is already there. So how much will be more? That means it should be 2 more bonds should be here. So I will rub it here, this one. So we can write here 1 bond here, 1 bond here. What about the second carbon? This carbon, here also already 2 bonds are there. Now 2 more bonds it can form. So this will be formed between the carbon and the hydrogen. So keep the hydrogen there. So that is what we got the formula, that is the structural formula. It representing the bonding between the carbon-carbon, and it also showing the bonding between the carbon and hydrogen. But as I told you, it is time consuming. So how we can condense this one? So I told you the carbon-carbon single bond is no need to represent in the condensed formula. But double bond should be represented, and the bond between the carbon and hydrogen should not be represented. Just we can condense this in this manner. So we can write here CH2 double bond CH2. That is the condensed formula for ethene. What about the case of bond line? As I told you, bond line in which the carbon and hydrogen is not represented. For the case of ethane, we have written only one line, but it is ethene. So we will represent it by 2 lines here. So what it shows here, that is here there is one carbon and here there is one carbon. And because it is tetravalent, therefore there should be 2 hydrogen here, there should be 2 hydrogen here. So that is what the condensed formula. So these are the structural formula, condensed formula and bond line formula for ethene. Now let us take one example of alkyne, that is ethyne. Ethyne, that is here the suffix YNE is used, that is representing triple bonding. So here 2 carbons are there, and what is the general formula for alkyne? That is CnH2n minus 2. So when the n is equal to 2, so what will be the number of hydrogen? We will be getting 2. So how we write the structure formula for this one? Like this, that is carbon-carbon triple bond, and because here carbon already 3 bond is there, so 1 more bond that can with hydrogen, similarly the other one. Now we can write this in the condensed manner. So the bonding between the carbon and hydrogen we can avoid. So we'll write it is in the condensed manner in this way. But for writing the condensed formula, triple bonds and double bonds should be represented. Single bond are not represented. So this is the condensed formula. And what about the case of bond line formula? Because here only 2 carbons are there, so the 2 tips of this shows the 2 carbon, and there is a triple bond between the 2 carbon. And when you check here, 3 bond already there, so 1 H will be here and 1 H will. That is what the condensed formula. So these are the structure formula, condensed formula and bond line formula. Now let us take some complicated example like pentane. Pentane is also an example of alkane. Pent word relates to the number 5 carbons. So when we apply the formula, the molecular formula will be C5H12. Now how we represent the structural formula for this one? So how you do this one? Because it is an alkane, that means all carbon carbon bond are single. So 5 carbon, so write the 5 carbon like this. So 1 2 3 4, and this is the 5th carbon. Keep single bond between the carbons, and because it is an alkane, so keep the single bond between the carbon, and the rest of them you have to keep with hydrogen bonding. So here 1 2 3, here 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3. Now keep the hydrogen in all the places. You can keep hydrogen like this here. So this is what actually the structural formula for pentane. So here in this box the space is less, that's why it is written in this way, but it is actually the same as how I made, but it was in this way. Now how we represent this is what actually the condensed, that is we can again condense this one in this way, that is the bonding can be avoided, so this can be further condensed in this way. That means CH2 CH2 CH2, this is actually the repeated part of this one. So how we can further condense this one? So just write CH3 what it is given, then this CH2 3 times the CH2 is repeated. So no need of writing CH2 3 times. So instead of that what we can write? We'll write the CH2 in the bracket and 3. This 3 represent that CH2 is of 3 times, and last we have CH3. So this is, we have further condensed the structural formula of that is pentane. So CH3 CH2 3 times CH3, that is the condensed formula for pentane. And how we represent the bond line formula? In this way, because here total number of carbon, that is 5 carbons are there. So I told you when you are representing in the bond line formula, carbon is not mentioned, hydrogen is also not mentioned in that formula, but the bonding can be representing here, that is carbon carbon bond should be shown here. So each tip and corners of zigzag line represent the carbon. So let us count how many carbons are here. This tip, that is this tip is a carbon, this is the second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon. So total 5 carbons are there, and it is understood that it is pentane, because the number of hydrogen is not representing, and we are just representing in the form of bond line. Next example, let us take one cyclic compound, that is cyclohexane. So here the bond line formula is given to us. How we write the condensed formula for this one and the structure formula? As I told you, each tip and corners of the line represent the carbon. So let us find which one are the tips and corners here. So here let us count here from starting from here 1 2 3 4 5 6. So total 6 are there, that means representing here 6 carbon. So that is what we have in the molecular formula, 6 carbon. Now how we write the condensed formula for this one? For that we have to show the number of hydrogen on each places. So let us count here. Here there is 1 carbon, and this carbon already bonded with the 2 line. So that means how much hydrogen will be here? Definitely 2 hydrogen will be here, like this. This carbon, okay, I am talking about this carbon, so I will change the color here. This carbon already 2 bonds are here, so 2 more bond is possible, that means 2 hydrogen is possible here. Similarly we can find here also 2 hydrogen possible, here also 2, here also 2. So how we write the condensed formula? Just writing this 2 hydrogen together as CH2. So the condensed formula will be in this way. So you can see here it is a hexagon, that means 6 carbon are there and 2 hydrogen, as I told you already, on each carbon 2 bondings are possible, that means 2 hydrogen will be there attached to each carbon. So that is actually representing here as CH2. Now when you count the number of hydrogen here, so what will get? 2 hydrogen here, 2 here, that is 2 plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That is what we have, the number of hydrogen 12. And little bit we can expand this one. So by showing the carbon hydrogen bond, that is in this way. So that is the structural formula for cyclohexane. So this is the structure formula, condensed formula and bond line formula for cyclohexane. Once again, if you want to confirm that the formula should be written in any of these ways, the number of carbon and hydrogen should be the same one. You can check here. Here also when you count the number of hydrogen, how much you will be getting? 12. Here also when you count the number of hydrogen, you will be getting 12. And because the number of carbon, when you count it, it will be 6 here. And when you count the carbon or the edges here, that will be 6. Let us take another example, that is cyclobuta-1,3-diene. The name and all will be discussed later on. So how we write this? This is a bond line formula, because in this there is no mentioning of carbon and hydrogen, just the bonds are mentioned here. So how we write this in the condensed or in the structure formula? So as I told you that each corners of a line is and each tip are representing the carbon here. So that means this must be a carbon, this must be a carbon, this one will be a carbon, this one will be a carbon. Now count the number of bonds surrounding to each. So here let us talk about this carbon. In this here 1, 2, 3. 3 bond is already there. So that means one more bond will be here. Similarly here also one more bond. Here will also one more bond. Here also one more bond. So that will be actually with the bonding with hydrogen. So it shows that there will be one hydrogen connected to each carbon. So tell me what will be the molecular formula for this one. How we find out molecular formula? Just count the number of carbon here. So total 4 carbons are there. And what about the number of hydrogen? Number of hydrogen here it is also 4. So that is what the molecular formula. And if you want to write the condensed formula, this is actually structure formula I made here. If I want to write condensed formula, how will I write here? I will write one CH here, CH, CH, CH. This is what actually the condensed formula for cyclobuta-1,3-diene. Let us take another example. This is an example of an organic compound in which there is oxygen is also there. If oxygen is there and that is here as a functional group, that is alcoholic functional group, so that can be represented as it is. So how we write this in the bond line formula? So first count the number of carbon which is present in this. That is 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons are there, and according to the bond line representation, we have to write the zigzag notation for representing the carbons. So here 3 carbon, so this is the first carbon, now second carbon, and this is the third carbon. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon. And you can see here there is a bond between these 2 carbons, so keep one bond here. And on this carbon, because there is one OH group is there, so just keep one line and write OH. So once again look at here how many tips and corners are there. This is the first carbon, that is this is the number 1 carbon, this is number 2 carbon, number 3 carbon. So this is the first carbon. So I am writing the number 1 here, first carbon. This is the second carbon, and this one is the third carbon. So this is what are the bond line formula for this. So I will rewrite here. This one is the bond line formula. Next, we'll writing for bond line formula, or we'll writing the condensed way for this one. How we write the condensed way? Because chlorine should be represented, OH double bond O should be represented. So how we write this in the condensed manner? Just by keeping these in the brackets like this. So CH3 we wrote as it is. Next is CH. What we have connected to CH, that is one Cl. Cl is connected to CH. So that will be writing in the brackets. Next what we have CH, that is written, and this will be written in the bracket. And next what we have C double bond OH, that is an aldehyde group. So in short we'll write it as CHO. So whatever there in the branching, other than the hydrogen, whatever there in the branching, that can be written in the brackets as like here. In this case, this Cl is written in the bracket here. This OH is written in the brackets here. So that is exactly after the carbon in which it is connected. Like here, after CH3, we have CH3 here, we have CH here. So that is written. And because Cl is attached to this CH, that's why this Cl should be written in the bracket. After writing the CH only, we'll write the branched one in the bracket. Similarly, after writing CH only, we'll writing the OH in the brackets. So this is also the way of condensing the formula, and when you look at here, it will take more time and space, but it will not. So that is what we have further condensed the formula. Now, how we write the bond line formula for this one? Now count the number of carbon atom in this, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 carbon atoms are there. So we'll be writing the zigzag line in this way. Now you can check here 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here 4 carbons, so we'll be writing the zigzag line in this way. Now here, this is the first carbon, this one is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth. So I'm keeping this as the first, second, third and fourth. And what we have on the first carbon, there is double bonded O. So we'll write double bonded O. And as I told you, H is no need to mention. On the second carbon, there is one alcoholic group. That is one OH group is there. So that we have to write on the second carbon. Second carbon means here we have to write one OH. Here OH. Next on the third carbon there is one Cl. So we'll keep one line here and we'll write Cl. So this is what the bond line representation for this organic compound. Next, let us take one cyclic compound. How we write this in the bond line formula? So as here, this is a condensed formula. 6 carbon atoms are there and all are in the cyclic way. So we will write this in this way. And when you look at here, there is one Cl on this carbon. That is on this carbon, we have to extend it and we have to write one Cl here. As I told you in the bond line formula, we have to mention the oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, Cl or any other thing. Only the carbon and hydrogen are not shown in the bond line formula. Other all elements are there. It should be represented in the bond line formula. Next, we'll be doing the problem, that is the solved problem given in the textbook. Expand each of the following condensed formula into their complete structure formulas. We have to expand this one. That means it is a condensed formula which is given to us. We have to expand it. That means we have to write the structure formula. So let us do for the first one. So first one here, how we do here, because count the number of carbon here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbons. So you have to write 5 carbon. And because there is a single bond between these, so we'll be writing in this way. that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons, and just check from here, that is this is the first carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon, fifth carbon. So here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what we have an oxygen here, that is on the third carbon. On the third carbon there is an oxygen. So that means on the third carbon we have to write a double bonded O. CO means double bonded O. And in all the places you can see the number of hydrogens that you have to represent. So this is what the structure formula for this one. If you want from the structure formula, you can write condensed formula. How? Like we'll checking here this part, that is CH3. That is what actually given here, CH3. Next, let us take next carbon. So better I will change the color. This part, CH2. CH2, that is what it is written here, CH2. Next, I will change the color. Third carbon, that is C double bond O. That is what it is given, C double bond O. In short, we'll write CO. Next, fourth carbon. Fourth carbon, this is the fourth carbon. And you can check CH2. That means C with 2 hydrogen. That is what it is written here, CH2. And last what we have here, that is a CH3. CH3. What is that? It is written here as a CH3. So you can easily make a structural formula from the condensed formula, and from condensed formula we can make structural formula. So better follow the method which I told you to do. Similarly, when we do the B part of this question, so here when you find it out how many number of carbons are there, that is 1, 2, 3 carbon, and here CH2 is in the brackets and it is 3 times. That means CH2 are 3 times than CH3. So what will be the total number of carbon here? 1, 2, 3, and here 3 carbons are there. So 3, and here total 3 carbons are there. So 4, 5, 6, and this is the 7th carbon. So 7 carbon, so we'll write the 7 carbon like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbon, because I told you CH2, if more than 2 times are there, at that time we can represent, we can write CH2 3. 3 times means CH2 is 3 times. Now look at here how we write the formula here, because here CH3, this CH3, it shows this one. Next we have a CH double bond. CH double bond, that is what here we have a C double bond H, that it is written here. Next also we have double bonded CH, that is what it is written here. And CH2 3 times are there, that is what it is written here. CH2 3 times it is written, that is CH2, CH2, CH2 3 times. And last what we have CH3 here. So that CH3 is written here. So this is the structure formula for this one. So better follow the method which I told here. Next is the 3-dimensional representation of organic molecules. Because when there is a tetrahedral geometry, that is a 3-dimensional geometry, which is not easy to make on the paper, because paper, it's actually 2-dimension only we can represent. So this is a 3-dimensional geometry, that is a tetrahedral arrangement which is shown here. For that case, the method which should be followed to represent that type of molecule, that is by wedge formula. So we'll write that tetrahedral geometry in this way, writing that central element, terminal elements, and here you can see some solid lines are there. This is the solid lines, and these are called as wedges. So what is actually means here? The bonds which is on the plane, that means what we have on the plane of the paper, that is represented by the solid line. That is this 2 are the solid lines which is actually representing in a line form or dash form. That is what actually we can represent. These two are on the plane, that is on the plane of the paper, because it's a three-dimensional structure. So that means the other two hydrogen will be, one will be the above the plane and one will be the below the plane. So when we represent the dashed wedge, this is dashed wedge, you can see like this dashed wedge, and there is a solid wedge. This is called as a solid wedge. Solid wedge, how we represent? Like this. This is called as solid wedge, and this one is called as dashed wedge. So the dashed wedge shows that the bond is away from the observer. That means it is just below the plane. If you are keeping a paper in front of you, so the two lines, that is the bond, the straight line which is shown here, that is on that paper, and this line, that is the dashed wedge shows that that is away from the observer. That means that will be below the plane of the paper, and the solid wedge shows that towards the observer. That means it will be above the plane, that means towards yourself. So three-dimensional structures, how we can represent on the paper? Just by making the wedge formula. So this formula is applicable for three-dimensional structures for representing or for writing on the plane of paper. That is for having tetrahedral arrangement, we use this type of formula. So this is all very important part. So all of you practice well about the structural formula, bond line formula and the condensed formula. So this is all about this video. Have a nice day.